Well, good morning everyone. As I promised last week, I'm going to be recording some videos for you to understand the grammar that you have to study. In this case, we're going to talk about the grammar in Unit 8, but before starting with that, I have to tell you that please, every time that I send you activities, you have to send them back to me. Why? Because if you don't send me the activities, uh, you don't have marks, and if you don't have marks, I cannot grade you. And this is so serious because we don't know for how long we're going to be here locked at home. I hope to see your faces soon, but I don't know if that's going to happen soon or not. So for that reason, please send the activities and all the work that I give you, because I need your marks. Because if not, you can fail the subject, and you don't want to fail the subject, right? Okay, good. Stated this, I want to talk about the grammar in the Unit 8. Well, if you see it, it says participle clauses. I don't know if you ever heard of this type of clauses. So, well, actually, it is not something really difficult or really important. It is not something that we normally have in other books or something, but it is something that we really use so often. So it is something that you have to understand. Well, it is so easy. We have different types of this type of clauses. It says present participle clauses, or we also have perfect form of present participle clauses, or we also have, here it is, past participle clauses. Well, I'm going to explain you what it is. Actually, it is a way to shorten long sentences, and you will see it. I'm going to use the examples that you have in your books for you to find it easier, so you can go to your page 106, if I remember, and you can see that the examples are the same, so you're going to understand this perfectly. And it says, walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. Walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. Well, what does it mean? It means that we are just making short a sentence that actually is saying, when I was walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. But we don't really need to say all that. You know, in Spanish, sometimes we just make sentences shorter and we all understand. In English, it happens the same. So this is one of those cases. When I was walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. But you can simply say, walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. When do we have to use the present participle? The present participle, well, actually it is a gerund. I don't know. It is not actually a participle, it is a gerund, but it is named like that. When do you have to use this? When two actions are happening at the same time. Or when two actions, in the past in this case, happened at the same time. When I was walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. So these are two actions happening at the same time. On the other hand, we have the perfect form of present participle. Like, for example, having seen. And now you know why we're using the word perfect, because we have the verb have. Having seen the weather forecast, we cancelled the excursion. Having seen the weather forecast, we cancelled the excursion. In this case, in this situation, this is not about two actions happening at the same time, but it is an activity that happened before another activity. In this case, an activity happened before another activity. So what happened first? That we saw the weather forecast. And what happened after? That we cancelled the excursion. Do you understand that? This is why I say here versus, because those two sentences are so similar, but in one situation, two actions are happening at the same time, and in this situation, an activity happened before another activity. I'm sure that you understand this. Anyways, when I tell you the activities that you have to do, you will be practicing this, and you will see that it is really, really, really easy. On the other hand, we also have the past participle clauses. And it says, watched by millions, the program was an immediate hit. Watched, I repeat, watched by millions, the program was an immediate hit. What is this actually? It is an alternative to the passive voice. Do you remember the passive voice? So this is an alternative. So what are you really saying? Do you remember in this sentence? I told you that you were saying a longer sentence that was when I was walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. In this case, you are saying a much longer sentence too, and this is why we have this kind of short way of saying it. So, watched by millions, the program was an immediate hit. In this case, you're actually saying the program was watched by millions, and here you are the passive, and was an immediate hit. So, this is just a way of saying a passive sentence in a shorter way. Alright, so to summarize, participle clauses. We have the present participle versus the perfect form of present participles. In this type of sentences, we're going to use a gerund. In this type of sentences, we're going to use the gerund form of have and the past participle of the main verb. Okay, in this situation, you are talking about actions happening at the same time. Walking to the shops, I bumped into an old friend. In this situation, you are talking about an activity that happened before another activity. So, having seen the weather forecast, I was watching TV and I saw the weather forecast, and after that, I decided to cancel that excursion. And in this third part of the explanation, we have the past participle that is just a way to make a passive sentence shorter. Like, for example, watched by millions, the program was an immediate hit, is just another way to say that the program was watched by millions and was an immediate hit. And this is a ni and not an I. This is a mistake here. Alright, so did you understand this? I hope you did. If not, remember that you can ask me through the platform, you can ask me through Classroom. I'm not going to be there all day long. Some of you are sending me activities and questions at night. At night, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to be paying attention to what my students say. But I will always answer as soon as possible. I hope to see you soon, and that's all for today. I will send you the activities, and remember, you have to send them back. Thank you.